That's a view to die for. It doesn't get much better than that. Well, actually it does. That's Oching Gwasibula Booth.
Hello everybody, how nice to see you again and again.
And again. And welcome back and thank you for coming back. That's the view from this little contraption, which is a wood metal structure with a bunch of steps going all the way down there. What is it? Well, it's the Armu viewing point. That's the village of Armu, which is set up in the hills above downtown Paphos. That's downtown Paphos down there. And that's the road that we go down into Konya village, and eventually we get down to downtown Paphos, uptown, midtown, and then obviously Paradise in the harbour and the promenade area. Anyway, here we are up in this rather nice viewing point, and what's it all about? Well, as is becoming tradition, once a week now, Oching Gwasibula Booth, that's her, and me will sit around and talk an absolute load of rubbish. Gwasibula Booth?
It's not rubbish, Mr. Paul. We are sharing with our great opinions and something that we have passed through this week.
Yes, right. So, what have we been doing this week? Well, if you've been watching the videos, you'll understand that we are in between Ayia Napa and now we're back in Paphos. We've stormed the promenade, we've visited that hotel, we've done this, we've done that. We've been into the old town. Miss Oching Gwasibula Booth has spent a lot of my money, as usual. I bought some very expensive sea salt and some butter.
Yeah. Salt and butter.
And is it good?
Mr. Paul, very expensive. Yes. But obviously the lady said that it's actually the sea salt from the Dead Sea and the butter.
Which is not a good start. If the sea's dead, it can't be very good salt.
Yeah. Well, she says other way around, and it's obviously, she said, it's going to be enough for 1 year, so it's a good amount of money then.
I think she was lying, that's for sure. Especially about her age.
Yeah,
Anyway.
because if you buy salt and butter for a year,
Yeah.
it's even cost, the food, salt,
Yes, it would
and
cost
the
a lot
butter,
more.
it costs
Yes,
more.
exactly. So I think she told us as we were leaving off camera, we're only supposed to use it once a week. Right. Very sparingly. Right. So if you're very lucky, it'll last 2 or 3 months. There we go.
Yeah, but the result after that, ladies, it's amazing. The hands feeling like a soft baby ass.
Are they soft?
Yes.
Soft as in a baby's bottom.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if we're allowed to say that anymore, but it's an old-fashioned phrase.
Well,
but soft as a
we
baby's
always
bottom.
say it, and this is the phrase to make the people understand how soft is the skin.
So, what's coming on the channel? Well, what's coming on the channel all this week now is Paphos. We are going to go up to Tala, Mr. Doug. Yes, we have promised you. We're going to go to Tala. We're going to go and drive around Tala. We're going to go around Tala Square. We're going to go to Paya. We're going to go to Coral Bay. Why are we going to Coral Bay? Well, there is a superstar amongst superstars who's staying there with his wonderful partner, Miss Bev. The one and only superstar, Mr. Paul Butler.
Yes, and I was really imagining this man, how does he look like, and very interesting for me to talk to these people from another country, the people who are really a great supporters, and they're writing such a nice comments. Actually, they are all family, and you are all family of us. Truly great members of family, and we do mean it.
Yeah, we do. And then last night we were out with the T and J Max. Yep, the one and only Justin and Tracy Mack. They took us out. That's the second time now. We went to Chloe's restaurant. Chloe's restaurant was absolutely wonderful, and the Secret Garden was
Secret Garden was nice.
Wonderful
yes.
as well. Yeah.
I haven't had a steak, but I asked the members of the table. All of them were very enjoyable, looking very enjoyed. And I had just calamari, which one lady, it left the joke in my heart. She was from England, and I was teaching her how to say good morning, which is kalimera, and she was getting ready for a week, and on the second week she said to me, instead of kalimera, she said calamari. I said fried, deep fried, or which calamari you prefer?
There we go. That's the Armenian sense of humour. I find that quite funny. Hopefully you did. And I understand that you understand Marika's English. So was she a Scottish lady? Did you say?
Yeah, she was a
So
Scottish lady.
when she was like a concierge in a hotel, there was a Scottish lady who wanted to learn Greek. So she was trying to teach her to say Kalimera, which means good morning. The lady practiced for 2 or 3 days,
yeah.
and then greeted Marika with the words Kalimari, which obviously is like a
Calamari,
rubby
she said.
fish in Batter. Anyway,
She said calamari eventually.
there we are. Or as some people once said to me, they look like very expensive onion rings, which
Yeah.
they do. I personally don't like it, but you can go see me in the booth.
And I also remember, let me tell you this one, and then Mr. Paul will continue with our plans and stuff
We
what
have
we're going
plans.
to do. It was one more lady from Scotland, and I thought I've learned English as more as I could. And she coming down to the restaurant, and I was meeting her, and she said, "Can I have a what? Oh my goodness!" I thought, what is that? Is it something that we don't have in a breakfast room or something like? I have never heard about it. And then she started laughing to death. Really, she couldn't stop laughing, and she said to me, "It's a bottle of water," which was very funny for me, and I couldn't stop. And then it was one more lady. She comes down and she said, "Oh, is it chili?" And I didn't know that word, obviously. I said, "No, it's Cyprus."
Okay, see, there's a lot of madness on our channel, that's for sure. Some of the conversations that myself and Marika have are hilarious. Often we find ourselves having a conversation in perfect English, and then we understand about 5 minutes, 10 minutes into the conversation that we're not actually talking about the same thing. Am I right?
Well, it can happen.
Which is more
yeah.
fun than
with
anything.
with the people with different nationalities.
Yes.
This is obvious.
There we
Yeah,
are.
yeah.
It's funny.
But we have to take it as a fun, as a joke, and there is more fun in that when if you understood it quite well.
Yeah. So we have quite a comical relationship, I think is the word. Funny. There we
Yes,
are.
you have to bring into your life as much fun as you can. As we know,
Can you
the
stop
laugh-
spending my money then?
Well, it's only funny.
What? It's only funny for you?
Of
No, no,
course.
right.
Of course, of course. Somebody has to have a fun. It only brings you, I read somewhere that the laughing and spending the life more easily, more take it easy, as we say, lasts your life longer. So you have to laugh as much as possible.
But who's going to pay for your wrinkles?
Exactly. I was going to say, who's going to pay? Obviously, this man.
Oh, there we are. I always end up paying. That's the way it works. That's a shame. But there we go. Luckily, I got a couple of Uncle Bobs, although sadly, one has passed away. Although he was 94 or 96, I forget. He lived till a ripe old age indeed. Anyway, back to what are we going to do? So this week, we're going to wiggle and waggle around Paphos. We're going to go to Tala. We're going to go to Paya. We're going to go to Coral Bay. And on top of all that, now I understand that our videos are absolutely Sherlock Holmes, but on the great recommendation of the one and only J Mac,
Yes.
we did a little test with a GoPro camera. Now, I understand a lot of people know what a GoPro camera is, and perhaps some people don't. It's an ultra small action camera, they call them, and it's got this on it and that on it and this on it and that. Anyway, I had to go with it, and I found it very, very easy to use because I'm not very tech savvy. And Justin showed me how to do this and how to do that, and it seemed very, very easy. So guess what? This morning I've ordered one. I'm €700 lighter in the wallet, but that camera, so they say, is speeding its way over here. So you never know, in about 10 days time we should have a new camera. So the film quality will be better, the sound quality will be better, the image and all that will be better. The production of the videos, well, that will still be Sherlock Holmes because that's still my job. But the beauty of Ms. Possible Le Bouffe will obviously be that bit better, that bit more crisp.
Really?
Because
Or
the camera is
it will
better.
this is exactly what I don't want, because it will show all my defects. on
Well,
it.
we can take the camera that little bit further away, like that. There we are, like that.
Yes,
So
as
hopefully
far as possible.
the videos will get better.
Well, yes, we hope so,
We hope
and
so.
we also hope that we're gonna meet as more people as possible from our great family, because we are really, really interested in how do they look like, what do they do in their lives, how do they go in through of these difficulties, because when you sit for the dinner or for a cocktails for a couple of hours, you always talk about ways of life. And for me especially, because I've never been to England, the country that most of our family is, it's very interesting, because life there obviously is a bit different to the life that we have here. I would say that the life here, it looks like please don't get me wrong now, the pensioners slow down, quiet, peaceful love, because we are not in a megapolis, as you understand. We are in a luxury, peaceful place. We really can see the rains, some action, something, the drive that we want
Don't
to...
talk about action, whatever you do. 'Cause if you talk about action, you set Damon Ritchie off.
Yeah.
And he thinks that the beds are the beds of action. And they are. They are. And guess what? Week after next, we're going to be in the Limonari Beach Resort in downtown Ayia Napa. And I promise you, that bed's going to see some action.
And Mr. Ritchie, now I have to correct Mr. Paul with presenting of him. At the moment being, he's sitting and listening, and he's holding his camera like that on me. Yes, not Nessie, but Nisi. I was correcting him as much as I could. But of course, this is a church father of all the church fathers in the world. He is renaming and giving the different names to all the world. As like we all know, the King Elephant Hotel does not exist, but for Mr. Paul, it is.
Well, I'm British, as we understand, and the British have been storming into people's countries for thousands of years, and we rename places the way we want to rename them, and it's simple. We live in the village of Armu, not Armu. Armu. That's the village of Conair. That's Paphos, not Paphos. And Cato Paphos is Cato Paphos. Simple. And the King Elephant Hotel is the King Elephant Hotel. And Mr. Ritchie, your wonderful, wonderful partner in crime, her name is Miss Suzuki. Oh, sorry, Miss Suzuka. I apologise.
Yeah, he's saying Suzuki. When first time he said Suzuki, I couldn't stop laughing, and I nearly fall down from the laugh. But this is the luxury of Mr. Paul's renaming everything. When he renames something to something, then you couldn't even imagine that such a name can be exist. But for him, it can. And then it's getting more and more funnier time by time.
Anyway, Miss Zuska, all the love in the world to you. I almost said Suzuki, but Miss Zuska, all the love in the world to you. Mr. Damon, I hope that the weather in Bratislava is treating you not too badly. The picture you sent, it looked absolutely beautiful. I understand it's a bit cold. Anyway, let's show you a beautiful, beautiful view down, all the way to downtown Cato Paphos. That's where most people who watch the channel are familiar with. It's about 7 kilometres away from us, so around about 5 miles. And we're going to be appearing on a promenade there later on today, that's for sure. Krasiva Lebouf?
Well, and also, I really, really love meeting people. The people, as I said, from another country, which is for me, sounds like another planet. And when they talking and describing the way of life, it's such an interesting story. I could listen it forever. I could.
So, J Mac, T Mac, great big thank you again for the time that you spent with us. And again, thank you for letting me use your GoPro. I've ordered one today. It'll be here in 10 days. I'll monkey around with that, probably straight out of the box because I'm an idiot. I do wear a blue hat, sunglasses, but luckily for me, I have managed to capture the most beautiful woman in the world. Her name is Miss Ochin Krasiva Lebouf.
Thank you, Mr. Paul. Thank you, Mr. Paul. And I would like to, such moments when we are talking so deep from our hearts, I would like to wish you the best life you have ever had. And I would like you to be so happy as we are and live in the paradise. Or if you don't have such a chance to live in a paradise,
Make it
call
paradise.
Make it paradise from your own mood. From do the paradise to your closest people. Life is too short, and you have to spend it nicely. And we are grateful that we have all of you, our dearest people. And don't forget to come and see another of our madnesses. We are loving every single of you, and we are greeting you from the sunny paradise, Love Island called Cyprus. And many kisses from me, from the bottom of our two hearts, loving you again and again. Thank you.
If there's somewhere that you'd like us to go, please drop it in the comments. If we can, we will. If there's a special video in a hotel, if we can, we will. We're coming up with new plans. We're going to go in the back way, the side way, abseil down the sides, whatever we have to do to make those special videos. We understand that some people don't like it. We understand that most of the hotels absolutely hate us. But guess what? We're not going to go away. The most beautiful woman in the world loves to waltz around and wiggle around in those hotels, and I like to make fun of the management as I make fun of myself and every other person that we'll ever meet. Receive it a brief.
And yes, let me tell Mr. Richie one more thing about hanging you on my own bra. Mr. Richie, it never happened because, you know, guess what? I couldn't find none of the snakes around the rocky stones that we are climbing. But as soon as I will meet one snake, remember, I will just collapse, and who's gonna hang him on my own bra? I don't know. Probably it's gonna be you.
Anyway, there'll be plenty of snakes around next time, because I look forward to being hung by her own bra. Simon, hats off to you as well. Jeremy, the younger, we look forward to seeing you. I'm not sure when you're coming, but I know it's pretty soon. When you do, get to bring some money.
Don't scare the boys.
They're
Don't scare the
petrified,
boys.
receiving a brief.
Yeah, the only thing I'm waiting, really looking forward, of one of the brothers, or maybe they both are singing like this. There is a
Opera singers.
Yes, and I'm really looking forward. And you cannot get away of this thing, because we're gonna catch you, we're gonna eat you, and we're gonna even beat you. I don't know, whatever you want.
We
to
might
imagine.
even shoot you.
We are joking. If you won't sing to us my favorite song, My Way.
There we are. All that's left to say is thanks for watching. Like we see, hit the like, click subscribe. Please come back for a little bit more of our madness. We understand you're bored now, and there is a great view out and beyond downtown Cato, Paphos. Truly is a beautiful day. Again, if you're wondering what time of the year it is, we are in the, well, we're approaching the middle of November now. 25 degrees today. Sea is blue, sky is blue. I'm dressed head to toe in blue. So all that's actually missing is you. Get yourself on a big bird or in a canoe. Start paddling like crazy. Because Cyprus is quite simply waiting
just for you, and only for you. Loving you again and again. Thank you for coming back. And don't forget to come and see another of Marika and me.
Thanks for watching.